Hello everyone and welcome to episode 9 of the New Japan Pro Wrestling TEW 2020 save here on the channel, as it is Madison Square Garden time. We do have a retirement show here. We got the Blue Justice retirement show for Yuji Nagata. I'm so sad that he's got to retire in the game because he's fucking awesome, but that's the way she goes. But I mean, this tour is pretty short. It'd be 5 days, but because of now the retirement show, it's now 6, which is not bad. We've had longer, much longer days as far as tours go. So I mean, that's fine. We basically have the entire card set up, which that is very, very exciting. We're actually gonna not show that here in this part. We're gonna do the retirement show first, and then we'll showcase that. I just want to put the showcase on Yuji Nagata for at least a good bit of this episode, because I mean, he's the goddamn man. Like, he's awesome, and he's been awesome for a long time. And I would be remiss to not have a retirement show. It would suck if we weren't able to do it for him, but luckily we got it to work out where I counted the right amount of days, and it's gonna work out well for us. As obviously we left off the last episode. I mean, we're at 700,000 as far as in the green for this month, which is great. We're probably up to around 5 million, maybe even more, depending on how the Madison Square Garden show does. And I mean, it should be very, very exciting as far as how the tour is going to go. Going from the Tokyo Dome to Madison Square Garden is quite a leap. Hopefully we'll able to... I'm not expecting a sellout or anything like that. I'm expecting around half capacity is what I'm hoping for. If not, we're fucked, but that's okay. We'll make it happen, I think. So yeah, let's just do this retirement show real quick. We have... Not sure exactly where I want to have this show at, as well have it be Samurai TV, though. Or actually, no, not Samurai TV. TV Asahi, rather, and New Japan World. There we go. Perfect. So, I know, what, we have 25,000, at least, for this show here, which I'm not really sure where we can run for 25,000, because that's, obviously, we'd sell out Budokan, which would be pretty cool. That might be what we do, to be honest. I guess we can go somewhere else. We can go Osaka. We can go with the Osaka Joe Hall, just to change it up a little bit. Yeah, it could be fun. Yeah, we'll do that. So I really have no idea what I want the card to be or anything like that. I would love a Yuji Nagata teaming up with kind of his people he's trained, which is a good bit of people. He's obviously been around for a while and has had a helping hand on a lot of people. Off the top of my head, Fale would be pretty fun to see team up with him, because obviously when Nagata's last G1, they had their moment where he saluted him, which was pretty awesome. And as far as I would love to see, maybe what else as far as we got Great Okan be great to use, but obviously he is still not back from excursion. Can't do that. Yoshida's someone that's kind of in that fold of things. I'm trying to think who could be pretty... I kind of want to have him team up with Okada, which kind of wouldn't make any sense, but maybe Tanahashi. That kind of be... Trying to think who would be kind of fun to see team up with him. Because I do want to have Kojima, Tenzan, like the old guard era, team up against him in the main. And then we'll throw Makabe in there as well. Just kind of the old guard, having a show of respect there. As I just love the randomness of that 6-man team with Nagata, Fale, and Tanahashi. Kind of makes no sense with Tanahashi being there, but it is what it is as far as that goes. So we're actually gonna have Kojima beat Nagata, because that's the retirement show for you. As a decisive. There we go. Yuji Nagata's a little unhappy about the way he's putting somebody over at the end of his career. That's okay. We'll just keep him strong. And then we'll have a promo as Tanahashi says to justice live forever. It's just kind of the ace putting him over. talking about their battles, their wars, talking about how he's been there from the beginning of his career, and how much just kind of that influence has been on him. In his career, just kind of just putting him over big time. Let's... and Shibata has some words. So I guess we'll just call it that. Just to get a pop out of the crowd as well for Shibata being back. Hell yeah. There we go. So the rest of this card, don't have a goddamn clue, to be honest. So this is just kind of see who we got, who we can use. Tomato juice is gonna be fun. And then let's do Kenta and Yujiro. Certainly a match. Have we done this before? I haven't done this before. So we'll give it 16. This could be the co-main, I guess. We'll have Juice beat Yujiro. Here we go. Another tag match. It's GOD and Gods of War. Sure. Actually, Super Island Destroyers, Cobb and Toanare. So yeah, we haven't done this before either. A lot of fresh matchups on this retirement show. So we're gonna give it 15. We'll have Tama beat Toanare. Alright, so, we'll probably need to steal the show in the Technical Masterclass. So we'll go ahead and do that. For the Technical Masterclass, let's do Garcia and Josh Alexander of Team Filthy. Against Dangerous Deckers, even though their chemistry's bad. And even though this makes really no sense. Because obviously, the Dangerous Deckers team would kill the other team. But just to have Josh Alexander, Zack Sabre Jr., Daniel Garcia, like obviously Garcia and Zack Sabre Jr. would be the shit to see, but at the same time, not really necessary. As far as length there, did we have? Yeah, okay, we had Zack beating Josh, which will probably change to have him beat Garcia. There we go. So that'll be the opener. And then we'll have something in between. You know, Kento, Gobin, you know, and Osaka, and he's got pretty good pop in Osaka. We'll have him lose to a junior, Ryu Lee. Ryu Lee's pop is probably either went down or something's happening. I'm just gonna, yeah, that's one way the fuck down. Let's get that back up. Pretty good match this should be, though. Especially, like, right now that SB Kento's been the goddamn man these past couple of, just this last year, I would say. It's been awesome. Oh, we're putting way too much time in this. Not looking there. 11 minutes. How are we doing on time? Perfect. So, yeah, I mean, that's a 5-match card. No, I think that's perfect. We don't need to do anything more. As, yeah, I think we're good on that sense. Sure, the opener has far too much time. Other than that, I think everything should be pretty well. Actually, we'll bump this down even a little bit more. We'll give it like 8 minutes. I was gonna steal the show in those 8 minutes. We're gonna do some crazy shit. Let's see what happens. As the opener is a 55. Yep, Zack, best guy in the match. Figured so. Josh Alexander, second best guy in the match. Daniel Garcia taking the Zack Mephisto in 15:56. 60 for Zack, 49 for Josh Alexander, 39 for Daniel Garcia, and Taichi with a 36. And Daniel Garcia outperforms Taichi in New Japan. Oh, they still didn't have enough pop. That's crazy. As Ryu Lee slightly outperforming Kento Go. I mean, that's kind of fair, to be honest. SB Kento's the man. At the same time, it's kind of crazy that it's kind of that low, but he just don't have any pop, really. But Riley was off his game, too, to be fair. But 36, obviously, because of the the pop decline there, as God get the win over the Super Island Destroyers. It's Guerrilla Warfare for Tama Tonga over Toa Inari in 13-20. 57 for Tama, 53 for Tongaloa, 48 for Inari, and 47 for Jeff Cobb. What a universe, where Jeff Cobb is the worst guy in the match. It's kind of crazy how good God are doing as far as pop-wise, or in performance-wise. Good stuff. Color commentary gave a boost, as well as Tamato Juice against Kenta and Yujiro, as Juice with the freshly squeezed on Yujiro. 15-41, Kenta with a 63. Juice was best guy in the match, 69. Wow. As a 53 for Yujiro, 45 for Kaiji Tamato. Probably the wrong team won there, but it was close enough to where it really didn't matter. Plus, Juice at least beat the lesser guy, so at least you have that sense. So, but that'd be a fun match to do again, to be honest. The main event's a 59. I was hoping Tanahashi would carry it, because obviously Fale and Yuji and Tenzan aren't going to do that great, but Kojima with the sit-out spinebuster, not even a Koji cutter on Nagata in 17-16 to get a 59. They got a 58. I was hoping to do a little bit better. Shibata kind of stunk, because that sucks. We brought out Shibata for nothing, but Blue Justice will live on forever. I don't give a shit. It's a throwaway show, so hopefully we don't lose a lot of pop. Alright, we lost in one region. Not great, but, funny enough, the Tomato Juice Kenta Yujiro match was the best thing on the card. It's a retirement show. I wasn't trying to wow everybody, even though it was a sold-out Osaka Joe Hall crowd. Obviously, these retirement shows that New Japan does, they wouldn't be somewhere this big. But, hey, that's TEW for it. I put it as a throwaway show, and they didn't give a shit. So, that's what happens, though. I mean, that's not a terrible show. At least, it's only one loss of pop and not, like, a lot, or not like the whole entire region of Japan or anything like that. Alright, now that we got the retirement show out of the way, now we can have this start of the official tour, and we'll go through the tour goals and kind of what the card's looking like next. So, yeah. Alright, now we could start the official tour, as it is in fact, yes, it is the 6th, so now it's a 7-day tour. As before we do get into the tour goals, so I forget if we showed this New Japan Strong taping that happened in the last episode. That kicked off with Rob Eagles and Daniel Makabe, which pretty good stuff. Makabe should have used him a long time ago. Again, we kind of talked about in one of these. Maybe it was that episode. Must have been, because I remember we talked about Daniel Makabe not being used really at all by us, because he's awesome, and we're just kind of waiting for the right time for him to make his big actual New Japan debut, but losing to Rob Eagles there in the opener, and God over Lee Johnson, the Moriarty's. Yeah, we kind of talked about that. Crime Time Players, Top Flight, Shelley and Hobbs. Now this, New Japan Strong, literally the second worst show we've ever done. Amazing Red and Sabarino Jr. Didn't have enough pop, but Sabarino Jr. actually outperformed Amazing Red, a guy we've had signed since the beginning of the save. It was just kind of waiting for the right time. Obviously, we just weren't getting enough people over to really use them, and obviously when Strong started, it was focused on elevating other talent. But now that we're still in the elevating stage, but it just, that got hurt by pop. This also got hurt by pop, as Leonani, Fujinami, and Lee Moriarty, as Fujinami actually outperformed him, but we gave Moriarty the win, because it felt like Lee Moriarty could have used the win, as, again, not enough pop. This, surprisingly, didn't have enough pop either, and Disciples of Darkness and Coughlin and Connor, since why it's 15, also went 5 minutes. We gave Tankman and Hobbs a dominating win, which they did pretty well for themselves. It just wasn't enough, and plus with Connors and Coughlin having some chemistry pop, or the chemistry boost, I keep on saying that for some reason this episode, the chemistry boost really helped them out, and, but again, no pop, and forget what else they hated about it. Oh, it just cooled the crowd in general. For the main event, which we've done this before, Kingston and Archer, and Eddie Kingston's pop is like in the 40s now in America. So I was like, alright, that's going to be enough. And I think Lance Archer's is mid-20s, around there. So I was like, that's probably going to be enough. It was not enough, as they had a match for us. It was back in April. Yeah, it was a 41. That somehow did better than that match there. Just pretty hilarious. As, yeah, that just shows you it was not our night for the New Japan Strong taping. It's been, just. I could have used a lot of people on this show, but then at the same time, it's like, well, we just ran, a show in Japan, so it kind of wouldn't make any sense to have someone go right back into, go right from, take them from that show, that retirement show, put them on a plane and send them over to America for New Japan Strong taping, only to send them right back for this Road 2 show. As, it just felt like that was the best way of going about it, having a New Japan Strong show. Definitely wasn't great, I'm not going to defend it. Now that that's over with, though, we can go into the tour goals. As for this episode, we did the Farewell to Blue Justice. Good luck topping that previous tour. We literally had the best event we've ever done, some of the best matches we've ever done. It's going to be very, very tough. Damn near impossible, I would say. As, hopefully everything works well for Wrestle Dynasty, though. As, it's all up in the air, especially that main event. Because, that's going to come down to pop, really, as far as in America. And Hiromu's pop is not that great. But in the timeline of this series, Hiromu versus Naito, the main event of the Wrestle Dynasty show, is actually a rematch from the anniversary show. Because the anniversary show technically happens like normal. It's just it hadn't happened yet in the mod. It's kind of a weird way of how that went. How it's like, it didn't happen in the mod, but it also happened in IRL, and, Naito won. But that's just kind of a thing where it just kind of made sense for it to be like, well, we didn't book it, because it wouldn't have made any sense to book that anniversary show. It would have started off with somebody having some bad pop at the beginning, lowering them down, or we could just have it be in the mod, quote unquote, it happens, or in the timeline rather, it happens, but it doesn't happen in the mod. So it's not a first time meeting in that main event, even though in the game it will say it's a first time meeting. It's crazy to think we've already ran 70 shows. We've actually got 72 now. So that's a lot of shows we've ran. That's just, in a short amount of time. Very, very crazy. Obviously, by the time we get to the end of the year, we'll be close to 100 shows. Because obviously the G1 takes around 18 shows, just because we're going to split the blocks up to have their own show. And we'll have the tag league going on. We'll have a lot of shit going on in those couple of months that we have. So, we'll be close to around, I would say, 80, 90 shows by the time we end the year. And that's just from starting from March to December. That's a lot of shows. But hopefully it all pays out in the end. And Madison Square Garden, here we come. As the card, we're going to go from the bottom, from the top. At the opener, it's a special tag match between Dark Order and Team Filthy. It's the Dark Order team of Black Taurus and Brody Lee taking on the team of Tom Lawler and Josh Alexander. What will be a 30-minute time limit contest. And should be, obviously Brody is over in America. Josh Alexander, pretty over in America. Same thing for Tom Lawler. Black Taurus, not so much. That has the potential to be one of the best matches on the card. The problem is, though, obviously it's going to have to be a technical masterclass, which plays more into Tom Lawler and Josh Alexander's strengths, not really Brody's, Black Taurus' strengths. So that should be an interesting dilemma. That match should be. The next match, it's another tag match, and it is Kazuchika Okada and Kota Ibushi as the Golden Rainmakers taking on the Suzuki-gun team of Minoru Suzuki and Taichi. Again, this is, pop should be interesting, because obviously if this was in Japan, this is one of the best matches on the card. In America, though, Ibushi's got pop, Okada's got pop. I don't know if Suzuki has pop, though, to be honest. I would assume so. But off the top of my head, I'm not really sure. Then Taichi, I'm just going to take a shot in the dark and say he doesn't have any pop there. But interesting tag match, though, with Okada and Ibushi teaming up and against a big-time matchup of Suzuki. And I would love for Taichi to do well in this match, but I know he's going to shit the bed. And it just breaks my heart. As the next matchup, it is for the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles. Rocky Romero, Robbie Eagles of Chaos, taking on the Lucha Brothers, Rey Fenix, Pentagon Jr., the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. Obviously, Pentagon Jr. and Rey Fenix probably have one of the best pops as far as guys that are going to be booked on the show, being, American talent, or being Mexican talent that usually work in America. Rather, it was from Lucha Underground days to now AEW. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be very, very awesome to see how they do. That match should be very fun, though, because obviously Rocky has a good bit of pop. Robbie Eagles, not so much, but, Lucha Brothers are going to do their thing. They're going to dominate. That could be one of the best matches on the show, depending on how that plays out. As the next tag match, we've had 4 straight tag matches, but it's the IWGP Tag Team title matchup. Shingo Takagi, Sanada, Los Ingobernables de Japón, taking on the Chaos Pitbulls, Tomohiro Ishii, Hiroki Goto of Chaos. This is going to be an interesting match again, because this is one of the best matches if it's done in Japan. Now, because it's not in Japan, it's interesting, because Goto doesn't really have American pop. I think Ishii might have, out of the 4, I think he might have the best. Could be wrong, though. And then Sanada, you think would have the best out of the 4, because he's worked probably the most in America. Shingo probably would be second or third best, and Goto's probably going to be last as far as pop goes. So that's an interesting match. Very, as far as would have been better in Japan match, and that's why it's kind of placed on the card. It's the 4th match from the bottom, so it's kind of right there in the mid-card section, where this could be a co-main, or even just below the co-main, if it was done in Japan. As the junior heavyweight title matchup, Bandito versus Taiji Shimori. So this is a fun match here, because obviously the New Japan Ring of Honor triple threat match that happened had Bandito in it, had Taiji Shimori in it as well. So to have them now a New Japan U.S. exclusive show to take place, have those two be the junior guys, that's going to be very, very fun. Bandito, obviously, in America, used to being in America. So his pop should be pretty well. Ishimori, not so much, though. I don't know how good Ishimori's pop is. I don't think it's going to be great, so that might be something we could look to improve at a New Japan Strong, or at least a couple of New Japan Strongs if we can. That's just something to keep an eye on. And in the match right before the co-main event, never openweight title match, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Hiroshi Tanahashi, the champion. As this is, obviously those two no strangers to each other. And with it being a never openweight title match too, I think that's an additive incentive. But for those two to have another match again, obviously Zack has usually pretty good pop in America. Tanahashi, somewhat, it's pretty good. So this should be a fun match, and I think this has the potential to be the best match on the card. Just how good their ratings are as far as pop-wise and match rating-wise. Should be a pretty good match. And in the co-main event for the IWGP US title... Oh, no, actually, we skipped over it. Hold on. Skipped over it. There we go. There's Juice and Kenta, as obviously Kenta now the new US champion, just beating Jon Moxley. And, that's a big-time win, and that's just awesome to now see him, what he can do in America, his first defense. Obviously, I think in a perfect world, probably someone would be like, why isn't Jon Moxley on this card? And that makes a lot of sense, but at the same time, don't want to overdo it with AEW, don't want to overstep our boundaries with them. And with Juice right now, I think Juice and Kenta, that's a fun match. Obviously, we just kind of played up a little bit of that during the retirement show. And, Juice and Kenta, obviously Juice having some pop in America, probably one of the guys who have the most pop in America on the roster. It should go over pretty well, that match. Again, that could very well be the best match on the card. Very strong possibility. In the main event, we kind of already spoiled it, so I guess something just got fucked up to where, I don't know what happened, but now, this is not on the show. It's just it copies over both of them. Well, that sucks. But it's Naito and Hiromu as the main event. Obviously, the winner of King of Pro Wrestling, and now the challenger, Hiromu Takahashi. The stablemates will battle it out for the heavyweight title. In the main event, Madison Square Garden. What a interesting main event. I think a lot of people probably would have assumed that if I was going to do a show in the U.S., I would have some type of American be in the main event. And I could see that logic. That makes a shit ton of sense. But, I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something to where I think, the American audience, if I were to gauge as far as some of their favorite New Japan guys, Naito and Hiromu was probably anywhere in the top 5 for a lot of fans. It would probably be, if I had to sum up a top 5, Japanese talent of just American audience, definitely Tanahashi and Okada and probably Ishii or Shingo, and then, Hiromu and Naito. Not in that exact order, but somewhere around there. Even, Ibushi as well. Suzuki as well. There's a lot of, top New Japan talent. I wanted to showcase what New Japan's about. at Madison Square Garden, and to have two Japanese-led, guys in a main event is very interesting. But also, too, we've had, we have a guy from America, and we have a guy in Japan in the co-main as well, and that's kind of throughout the card. We don't have, really the only Gaijin match is the junior tag match and the opening tag match, which I think that's pretty awesome. I think that just might be a terrible idea, though, at the same time, but I'm proud of our roster, and I think our roster is going to do well, and I think that is going to be a great showcase of just like, this is some of the best talent we have in New Japan at Madison Square Garden. That's the idea for Wrestle Dynasty. And that's what I want to do, But for this tour, it is a lot. It's a lot to take in, but hopefully it all goes well. And let's just waste no time. I don't know why I clicked on the finance page. Just waste no time. Let's get into day one. They got us at the Differ. I love that. So Makabe has not Togi Makabe, Daniel Makabe has helped create a relaxed atmosphere when he set up a barbecue outside and cooked for everyone. That's a lot of people to be cooking for. And then Kojima passing on psychology tips to his protege Hayato Tomura. It's kind of funny. You think we'd have Togi Makabe team with Daniel Makabe if we were smart enough, or maybe dumb enough, depending on who you are. But it's pretty dumb just to have them team up because they have the same last name. But that'd be something somebody would do, I'm sure. As we'll keep it at the Differ. So the idea for this tour, kind of the main events, is to have LIJ throughout a couple of them, maybe not all of them, team up. Having Hiromu, Naito, and then somebody. Maybe even we'll do a 10-man to kick off the show, to kick off the tour rather. Having all of LIJ, or a good bit of all of LIJ, Naito, Hiromu, Sanada, Evil, Shingo. Perfect. And kind of the idea of having Naito and Hiromu team up for a little bit, and kind of each match there's more and more tension between the two, to where finally, right before the end of the tour, on that last day, have Naito have his 6-man and Hiromu with his 6-man team. I think that'd be pretty fun to see, just as an idea. Just it's something that's different too for us, for having an inner stable 6-man. Be pretty fun. So who they should face is a great question. I think a Chaos 6-man would be pretty fun. So we'll have Rocky to do Ishii, Goto, and Yoshihashi, I guess. It's either him or Mikey Nichols, and I'd rather just go with Yoshihashi. Yano's close to coming back, though. He is very close, so I think we'll give it 20. And we're going to have Hiromu beat Yoshihashi. So again, really solidifying that Hiromu is ready for the heavyweight division. Is kind of what this tour is also going to be as well. So that's a good main event, in my opinion. We'll go with a tag match next. And obviously we've got a lot of people already now used because of that 10-man. Great Bash Shield will be pretty fun to see. Which I think would be... So, I think we'll just do GOD. Which, because, we haven't done that match either. We'll give it 16, and we'll have Tama beat Hanma. But, this could be a pretty... as far as, this might not be the co-main, this might just be a mid-card match, but, it should do in the 60s, around that range, maybe high 50s, low 60s, depending on how that plays out. And, we're gonna do another 6-man, do Tomato Finjuice, against, a Bullet Club team of Kenta, Fale, and Yujiro. Not great. Not a great match here. This is going to be a Juice Kenta carry. As we're going to Kenta beat Dave Finley Jr. Yeah, not a great match there. We'll go back to a tag. Just kind of seeing who we could use. You know, we could do kind of be a fun 6-man to do Suzuki. Yeah, let's do Suzuki. Zach. And we'll do Tai Chi. So it won't be for the Never Open 6-man, but it would be, you know, somewhat of a close match like this. So we'll have Ibushi. We'll have Tanahashi. So we'll have Golden Ace. And instead of doing Taguchi, we'll do, I'm trying to think who would be, yeah, we'll do Kojima. There we go. I will give it 16. I'll have Ibushi beat Minoru Suzuki. Now, it's kind of crazy to have Suzuki take the fall in that match, but I don't think it's a bad idea. There we go, that's a 6-man. And I think that's a pretty good co-main as well. Obviously, Taichi's going to bring that match down, but kind of everybody else in that match can do really well. I think I have more faith in that match than the tag match there. So now we just need a steal the show match, which will have be Bandito and Ryu Lee against El Phantasmo and Ishimori. Give it 18. And we'll have Ryu Lee beat El Phantasmo. Pretty fun match, though. Besides El Phantasmo. And then the opener. Probably a Team Filthy match. As Filthy Tom. And maybe Garcia. It's either going to be Garcia or Alexander. Josh Alexander's very close to being at least into the 20, so we'll throw him out there. And they'll take on the team of, which I think would be a good technical masterclass team if we could have one. There's not a lot of great options left, to be fair. So, I mean, I kind of want to be honest, I think we'll have a singles match. We'll throw Alex Shelley out there on a card. Do Shelley and I think we've already done Shelley and Yoshida before on like a Strong or something, so maybe not that. Let's use Sabarino Jr. Kind of a fun match. There's some talent in there, just Sabarino Jr. is not really over. Probably shouldn't go that long, too, but that's okay. As, yeah, I mean, that's the card. Pretty solid. Let's see what happens. 57. Yeah, I mean, Sabarino Jr. 41. Not bad. Not bad at all. As Shelley with the Border City Stretch. So 62 for Shelley. At the Differ, too. That's pretty fun. The 61 for the junior tag match of Mexa Blood, Bandito, Ryu Lee against Phantasmo and Ishimori. Ryu Lee getting the win. Ishimori best guy in the match, followed by Bandito. Then Ryu Lee and El Phantasmo the worst guy in the match. We got a 49 though. He's kind of grown a little bit. Not a lot, but still he's grown to where he's not completely terrible as a 6-man. Speaking of somebody completely terrible, Dave Finley Jr. with a 33. As he takes the Kenta combo into the Bazaiku knee. In 12:05, he takes the pin. As Drew's best guy in the match again. Kenta, second best guy. 51 for Yujiro. 50 for Kaiji D'Amato. Kaiji D'Amato being in the 50s. You love to see that. And then we got Fale with a 42. Just, man, Dave Finley Jr. is the worst. 56. Wow, I thought it was going to be a lot better than that. Don't know what happened with G.O.D. there. just consistency, I would say, was the big part there. Because the wrong team wins because of that. Because Makabe and Hanma were the better team. But Tama pinning Hanma with a after the guerrilla warfare. Jado did some good work at ringside as well. And color commentary giving it a boost. It's a 66 co-main. So we have the Golden Ace team with Satoshi Kojima against Suzuki Gun as Bushi pinning Minoru Suzuki with a last ride style tire driver. Yeah, Bushi, best guy in the match. Followed by Tanahashi, and then Suzuki. So yeah, Zack probably would have outperformed Suzuki, but he was off his game. And Kojima with a 50 and Taichi with a 41. Not great. And the main event's a 79. Wow, Naito doing well, Okada doing well, really carrying that one, and the Hiromu pinning Yoshihashi with a time bomb, as Hiromu was, Ishii was the third best guy, followed by Hiromu, then Sanada. Actually, no, Shingo was the third best guy. Completely missed him, and then Sanada, Evil. Goto did pretty well. Actually, Goto did better than Evil. Then Rocky with a 50, which he's kind of plummeted a little bit, and Yoshihashi with a 37. So he's fucking terrible. But yeah, Yoshihashi, weak link. Sure, him and Mikey Nichols, have been close, but wouldn't have been great. That's not a great match, though, all in all. So we increased our pop in all the regions, so that's fun. Would have gained it everywhere else. In America, Canada, Mexico, British Isles, and Oceania. It wasn't, that's crazy. That's just for a tour. It's pretty good stuff there. Yeah, there we go. That's a good start. Good start to the tour. Now on day 2. Oh, great. They got us back in the differ. That'll definitely get changed. As I haven't ran here since. Yeah, we'll probably just run with 450 people since July. See if there's anybody else that we. Oh, yeah. Let's. Again, 450 people. Not a great spot. See, oh yeah, we can get 1,000 here though. Good call. Alright, you guys want to make as much money as I can. We're already in the green, almost close to $1 million made just in the month of August, so that we want to just keep that rolling. And so we'll probably do a 6-man, but it will be Naito, Hiromu, and Bushi. Just to change it up a little bit. Get Bushi on the card. As they'll take on the team of Hiroshi Tanahashi, Ryusuke Taguchi, and see what would be a good non-team, or not, yeah, just non-affiliated. I guess we'll do Alex Shelley. Kind of makes no sense, but Shelley's kind of a man without a country right now. As, yeah, we'll give it 20. And we're going to have Bushi beat Taguchi. Not great, but they both could use a win type of deal there. And now we'll have a never open weight 6-man title matchup. I'll have Mikey Nichols. We'll have Minoru Suzuki, Zack Sabre Jr., and then I believe it's Kanemaru, because it used to be Despy, but then he got hurt. Yeah, so that would be Kanemaru there. And we'll give it to. So I kind of want to have it to be a Chaos team, just to have them get some love going for them. And I'm thinking have it be Rocky, Okada, and either Mikey Nichols or Yoshihashi. Not exactly sure. We might do Mikey Nichols, to be honest. How about that, Mikey Nichols? You get to get carried into a performance of a, we'll have it be 16. We'll have Okada win. He'll beat, we'll have him meet Kanemaru. Actually, we'll have Rocky get the win. You know what? No, because the kind of the story of 2020 was Yoshihashi finally getting a win, a title win, and so why don't we have that story be told here? So have Yoshihashi beat Yoshinobu Kanemaru to become the Never Openweight six-man champs. That's a fun story there, as that's a good co-main as well, I think. Because just really, that's Okada carrying the rest of everybody into that match. So we got Kingston and Homicide as Strong Style Riders. Yeah, I mean, we got... I'm trying to think who else we could use. So we really haven't used Doki, like, really ever. It seems like. When's the last time we've used Doki? Yeah, June. Been far too long. Let's have Phantasmo... Or no, let's have Despy still gone. So yeah, we can't... we might not be able to do that, because Kanemaru's... So yeah, we can't really do anything there. Except for, we can have it be a singles match. Have Doki take on a junior. I'm trying to think what would be a good junior to have him lose to, where it could really help him out. Almost threw Savarino Jr. out there, but I'm just like, it'd probably not be a good idea on that case. John Silver could use that win. Yeah, we do Doki and John Silver. Get the Dark Order involved. So have John Silver get the win. We'll have it be a technical masterclass. Sure. Because I don't think John's really that great. Oh, no, never mind. I keep down John Silver's technical abilities. 16, there we go. I mean, it's an opener. It's not great. We're not setting the world on fire. As we'll have Clark Connors, Alex Coughlin. We'll have them take on the team of, I'm trying to think what would be probably the best team. So we can use Lee Moriarty and Lee Johnson, which isn't great. Let's just do the Super Iron Destroyers. Yeah, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We've done this obviously back in May and June, so it's been a while since we've ran it. So we'll have Cobb get the win there. There's gonna be a lot of stuff on this undercard because I'm gonna do Yota Tsuji and Yui Mora. Lose to the team of Tom Lawler and Josh Alexander. Seems like that makes sense there. Not a great match again because of pop-wise, but you know, I got a feeling that the top part of the card is going to carry this card, so might as well, right? Because they'll have enough pop. They won't, in Connors and Coughlin, but Cobb and Hanare will. Yeah, so we'll just kind of leave that there. So we just kind of need something to steal the show in the mid-card section, which will give it a 6-man. We have, 3 6-mans, 2 tags, no singles. And I'm trying to think what would be the best story to really tell, I guess. Well, I would say Los Ingobernables in Chaos, but they really don't need to do that as well. We can do a junior match. Do a Sho, Yo, and Robbie Eagles against the team of I'm trying to think what's a good junior team to have them lose to or beat. I guess it could go either way. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we really have, because I mean, we could do El Phantasmo, obviously, and then Ishimori, then we won't have enough there. We don't have Flamita, so we can't do that. guess we could do... I'm trying to think what would be something we'd be able to pull off. Yeah, I mean, I just don't think we have really it to do it. So we'll do a tag match instead. We'll do a junior tag of Roppongi 3K against Top Flight, I guess. Nah, we probably shouldn't do that. They don't have enough pop for that either. Man, because like Velocity's don't have pop, Top Flight doesn't have pop. We're just kind of running into this problem really on this card for sure. Boy, oh boy. What a predicament to have. Boy, oh boy. I mean, we might just do Ryu, Lee, and Bandito again. I might as well. So at least we know they have good enough pop for this. And this has never been a tag before we've done. As well, Bandito get the win. There we go. I mean, it's not... Is it a match we probably should have held off, maybe doing? At another date? Sure, but... We need something on the card to save it. Because that ain't gonna happen with the Team Filthy Young Lions match. Or the Young Lions from the LA Dojo and the Supernatural Destroyers match. So really, we need a top-heavy card. I think that match gives us the best chance for that. So we'll see what happens here. 19. Yep, not great there. Oh, and it was 3 seconds short of it being 16 minutes, and it wasn't a way to... Okay, just... Oh, well, you know, 19 there for that match. John Silver, at least... He won with Enziguri, again, playing up to Antonio Inoki. John Silver, as, he's thinking Antonio Inoki's still in charge of New Japan, as, that'd be a fun... Bit of a I wouldn't say complex, kind of maybe a little too inside baseball for someone to have a gimmick like that, but that'd be pretty funny, though, as Silver outperforms Doki, though. So 30. Thank God for Josh Alexander and Filthy Tom Lawler. 49s and 45s. As 29 for Yui Mura, 28 for Yota Tsuji. As Team Filthy getting a nice win there. Another 30. So the Supernatural Destroyers beating the team of Connors and Coughlin, as Kabanari with 46s, 35 for Clark Connors, 34 for Alex Coughlin, Tour of the Islands for Jeff Cobb there, 39. Wow, that wasn't even enough. Jesus, I thought for sure that was gonna be enough to where the pop wouldn't matter. It wasn't. As Show at least is doing pretty well. Finally, he's doing into the 50s. It's close. At least he's knocking on the door with a 49, but 57 for Ryu Lee, 56 for Bandito. 49 for Show, 44 for Yo. So 65, there we go. We get it back into it as we have new Never Overweight 6-man champs of Kazuchika Okada, Yoshihashi, Rocky Romero. As in 1604, Yoshihashi tapping out Yoshinobu Kanemaru with a cross arm breaker. Okada with an 86. 63 for Zack Sabre Jr., 59 for Minoru Suzuki, 54 for Rocky Romero, 44 for Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Yoshihashi with 34 as he was off his game as well. Not great, but we got new Never Overweight 6-man champs. And then the main event of 74 as Naito, Hiromu, and Bushi of LRJ beating the team of Hiroshi Tanahashi, who gets a 69. That is not great. As he beats, and also Alex Shelley, Ryusuke Taguchi. Right team wins. Pretty fun main event. Gets carried by Naito and company, but pretty fun main. And I think we saved the card. Yeah, just barely. As, man, that was a 2-match card is all that was. But, you know, hey, sometimes that's all you need. On to day 3 we go. Is, hopefully we have a little bit more of a more cohesive show next time. But, we should. You know, it should be no problem. And now that, we'll probably give, Hiromu and, Naito a break this tour. Or at least this next show tour date. And, have it be Shingo, Sonata, and Evil against a Chaos team. Yeah, I'm not really sure who will be teaming up with the Chaos team. If it's going to be Okada, if it's going to be somebody else, not really sure. We'll just kind of have to wait and see. Man, they just love us being in the differ. I don't think it's gonna happen. That was Paul London backstage and brighten the mood after doing several funny cartoon drawings. Yeah, that would seems like something Paul London would do. As yeah, I think now we'll run this Oklahoma Mirror Hall show for 690 people. So I just want to make sure that we've got our yeah, we just ran that. Never mind. I'm an idiot. As let's see here. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just gonna have to be more Hall for 450. Okay, so we'll do that Chaos LIJ 6-man. Evil Sonata and Shingo. So there we go. I don't know why it wasn't wanting to work. Chaos Pitbulls. Yeah, I guess we could do Bushi. Do Bushi, and then we could do like either Francesco or something like that, where just another junior in there. Yeah, I think that way we're not using Okada too much as well. 20 minutes. Let's have Bushi beat Francesco. Actually, let's have let's change out Evil for Shingo, since we're doing Shingo and Sonata. And we'll have Shingo beat Goto. To really drive home the fact that these guys are legit challengers for the Chaos Pitbulls. There we go. And the co-main, we'll do just regular tag. Do Kota Ibushi. And, so I don't want to do him and Okada just yet. I kind of want Okada and Ibushi just like a one-time, like, oh, this is Madison Square Garden type of, like, a special type of teaming up. Where it's kind of like a one-night-only deal. So, I won't be doing that. Guess we could do Golden Ace versus, Suzuki and Zack. Which we have been using Suzuki a good bit. I love how, he's on Rev Pro loan. He's only been used there once. But yeah, we have been using him a hot minute, quite often. It's 32 years in the business. I mean, it's just crazy, because obviously a lot of that, it's kind of skewed because he's obviously been taking time off throughout his years. I'd say probably full on, he's probably less than 20 years experience as far as in-ring wise, because obviously there's times in like the mid and late 90s where he was focused on Pancrase and really kind of would come back in the early 2000s, 2003, 2004 for like Noah, and then he'd start for All Japan, and then going back to Noah, then to New Japan, or actually New Japan, then Noah, then back to New Japan. The exact time frame. I want to have Zack beat Tanahashi here, just to really, again, solidify that he's a challenger. We'll give it 18. Yep, Tanahashi's gonna be really pissed by that. I can see why. Keep him strong, though. Hey, he puts him over. Good stuff. Golden Ace against Suzuki-gun of Minoru Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr. So we'll do... we'll throw a singles match out there. Probably not, actually. We'll do tag. Let's do Kingston Homicide. Strong Style Riders. We've used GOD a good bit this tour, which is pretty funny. So maybe we'll kind of pump the brakes on that. We've done Great Bad Shields and Strong Style Riders, I believe, before. Oh, wow, we've never done this match. Yeah, I was thinking we've done this before. As we'll have Kingston beat Hanma. But I didn't beat Mach. Actually, he's going to beat Makabe. I know he's going to be super upset by that. So we'll keep him strong. Yeah, and he's probably still not even going to want to do it. Yeah. How's Hanma's pop, though? So his is 50. It's a little bit because Makabe is probably in the 60s. Yeah. I guess we'll do it. We'll just pay off Makabe at a later time. So let's see. Let's do Brody. Let's do Brody and Black Taurus against Tom and Garini. This is gonna be the Brody Lee show here. He's just gonna kill Garini. There we go. And probably just before the opener, we'll have Satoshi Kojima with Hayato Tamura against let's do Yoshida. Trying to think. I mean, it'd kind of be fun to do Tenzan and Yoshida against Kojima and Tamura. Just kind of a fun little, just a different type of match. It's, we're gonna have Yoshida beat Tamura. I know that's a bad idea, but obviously Yoshida's out of the young lion phase. We'll actually have to sit for regular because it's not gonna steal the show. Our best chance is the Brody match. And then the Tactical Masterclass of, let's see, let's use Kento. Let's do, Kento and Tsuji. Let's actually do, Kento and Fredericks. There we go. Let's kind of do like a, the American, slightly out of, excursion, or out of, just young lion phase, rather. I think who would be the perfect guy. I guess Hanare is kind of the perfect guy for that, even though he's been out for a while. And then Yota Tsuji. I mean, so Hanare, pretty good technical skills. Yota Tsuji, not so much. SB Kento, yeah, pretty goddamn good. And then Carl Fredericks, yeah, pretty good. I mean, this could be a pretty solid match, actually, depending on... Obviously, pop-wise, it's not going to be great, and they'll put it down, but I think stats-wise, it might actually be not a bad opener. Give it 16, and... Yeah, I think that's the card, as we'll see how day 3 looks. Yep, a 30. Yeah, Hanare with a 50. There we go. Gets one, the Spinning Spinebuster. 16-17, Fredericks with a 41, 32 for Kento Koben, and Yota Tsuji with a 27. Yep, just, they're not over, but that's okay. Still pretty good stuff for Hanare. They're doing 50s as the Tenkoji split team, as Tenzan with Yoshida, Kojima, and Tamura, as I love how Kojima and Tamura were the better team, but the wrong team wins because obviously, Tamura's still a young lion, but 40s for Yoshida and Tenzan, not great there, as Yoshida just getting the one submission in 12:36. It's a 57 for Brody and Black Taurus against Filthy Tom and Garini, as obviously Brody and Black Taurus having that good chemistry. It's Brody getting the running big boot win in 12:43 over Garini, who gets a 39, not great. He needs his pop up as a 54 for the Death Riders against Great Bash Heel. Makabe best guy in the match. Guess we probably should have given it to Hanma, taking the fall, but wanted Kingston to do even more and more better. And I mean, he's got a nice, he's at 52 right now, just with his kind of crappy pop. If he can get into the 30s, even the 40s in Japan, he might even reach into the high 50s, maybe even low 60s, which would be huge. But Kingston, backdrop driver in 15:36 over Makabe, and a 64 for the Golden Ace Suzuki Gun match as Zack pinning Tanahashi, the European clutch. 67 for Ibushi, best guy in the match, followed by Tanahashi. 65, 61 for Zack Sabre Jr., 60 for Minoru Suzuki. Pretty good stuff. pretty good stuff there. Not bad at all. And the main event, another 70, but as it's a 73 this time, it's Ishii, the best guy in the match, carrying this one, but Shingo gets the win over Hiroki Goto with the Made in Japan at 20:05. It's a 69 for Shingo, second best guy in the match, followed by Sonata, then Goto, Bushi, and then Kier Francesco with a 44. Not bad. Not bad at all there. Yeah, I mean, all pretty good stuff. Increased our pop still. It's good stuff. Just crazy. I remember we used to not even be able to gain pop from our tour shows, and now we're hitting it with stride. We're doing our thing. Good stuff. As there should be day 4 coming up. Should be. It might be a New Japan Strong date in between there, but I'm assuming there is. I'm assuming we have a day 4 is going to be on a Tuesday, and then Strong, and then the 5th show will probably be on either the Thursday, maybe even that Friday. But we'll see, because I'm still pretty sure that it's either Sunday or Saturday is the last show of the Wrestle Dynasty show. I want to say, yeah, it is. It seems like I was correct. Yep, there we go. And it's a Friday, so yeah. And then, yep, and then Sunday. Perfect. As yeah, let's we'll pay off Makabe and all that, and yeah, we'll and then we got somebody. Oh yeah, Milano, and yeah, Rusev. For some reason, WWE did not give him a contract deal. I did a per show, not really thinking that they would eventually fight for him, but they haven't. So I'm just gonna switch that to a per show deal, and yeah, we'll have Miro. So how about that? That's I mean, it seems like a great deal for us. We'll be able to talent trade with AEW for some more people as well, with his pop being pretty well. So that's a great sign. And yeah, I mean, him and New Japan kind of makes so much sense, and I wish it happens, at least in IRL time, because like him and Okan would be like a fun match to see, and kind of, weirdly not like what New Japan kind of used to be, he'd be perfect for it, back then, as far as somebody of his kind of background. He'd been great in like the late 80s. They would have used him in the early 90s. Sure, he probably would have been like guys like Vader and stuff, like the guys that they started using bigger, like Scott Norton, like the big jacked up fucking dudes. He might have been overshot by them, but kind of in that weird period of time, maybe even the early 2000s, he'd been someone that could also do pretty well for himself. It's kind of funny. I always thought he would do well if they ever booked him. So far they haven't. And yeah, look, on to day 4 we go. Alright, nothing backstage incidents. Shibata and Gento Koben, oh yes, passing psychology tips to him. Perfect. Shibata being a base god. So again, we've really ran the differ a lot. I think we just got one more spot left. As it will probably have to be this gym. There we go. So, I think this will be the show, at least, where Naito, really, it's kind of a boiling point between him and Roman. It's not like where they're going to, someone's going to leave or anything. It's not that bad, but it's just that, Naito's finally had it with just how Roman just keeps on wanting to one-up him and really showing that he is a legit contender for him, that Naito actually ends up inadvertently, costing Hiromu the match here. So we're going to have, I don't know if it should be Shingo, actually, I guess we'll throw Evil out there, because Evil's not doing anything on the actual show. Yeah, Great Lakes of 14, as, let's go back to, actually, I just want to see, so I'm trying to think who would be the kind of the perfect guy for them to beat. So I'm thinking, yeah, it's a tough choice, because, like, really, it should probably be, I would say, I'm trying to think who would be I guess we'll do a New Japan team. We'll do Kenta with Ishimori and I guess Tama. It's a different type of 6-man team there, but a team nonetheless. And we'll have Ishimori. Actually, We'll have Kenta do it. So I want Kenta to get a little bit more pop from this. So he's going to beat Hiromu. Thanks for inadvertent. We won't have to be decisive, so we'll just leave it as that. Hiromu's still pissed about it. I'll keep him strong. Hopefully that... Okay, not buying him off. Alright, I don't think that's going to do it. We'll have it, them bickering will cost Evil the loss. There we go. So that's that. We'll do an actual 6-man with Okada. Do the Never Open 6-man. Rocky. And then Yoshihashi. We'll just do it like this so it's a little less convoluted. Yeah, let's Tanahashi with Ibushi and then Taguchi. Probably should be the main. Yeah, we're gonna save that, to be honest. That's a little too good of a match to just be a co-main. Yeah, let's do Brody, Taurus, and Tankman. Or Hobbs. Either or. I guess we'll see which one has better pop in Japan. Hobbs by just a little bit. Well, I guess it really doesn't matter because we're not in Kanto. But yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Well, let's have beat Will Hobbs. And we'll have Okada beat Hobbs with a Rainmaker. There we go. Yeah, 20 minutes is fine as the co-main there. Bump it down to a tag for this next match. Kinda would love to see the Beaver Boys, Reynolds and Silver, against somebody, a junior team. We could throw Roppongi 3K at them. Or, let's actually do Francesco and Eagles. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. And, we'll have, yeah, it's a tough choice, but I think we're gonna have the Chaos team win there. So let Reynolds take the fall. Francesco's gonna get the win now. Bump it down to 12. And we'll do a heavyweight tag of trying to think what would probably be the best idea. I guess we could do... Yeah, I'm just, yeah, I mean, I guess we could use the Gods of War. Connor and Victor Kratos. So let's make it a 6-man. Let's throw JR Kratos out there as well. And, JR Kratos against the team of Tomato Fin Juice, Kaji Juice, and Dave Finley Jr. So give it 12, and Juice will get the win, beating JR Kratos. We could have it be set for Steal the Show, but who are we kidding? That's not stealing shit. And, we'll have a singles match as the opener. Let's see here. I think we'll have Tamura. Well, actually, yeah, Tamura against... I'm trying to think who would be a good opponent for Hayato Tamura. I guess Taguchi could work. Yeah, no, Sonata. There we go. Even though it definitely shouldn't go that long. It's going to anyways. So there we go. Sonata getting the win there. So I'm just kind of curious to see how many matches Tamura's had from being booked in All Japan and New Japan. Yeah, I said just a little under 30. that 29 matches. This will be his 30th match. So that's pretty fun. Let's see here. Tag match. Actually, so it's not that much of a step up. We can have it be Hanare. Yeah. And plus it gives Hanare a nice win. As, he could use it at the same time there. And for a Steal the Show match, I'm thinking Cobb and Homicide. Okay, I'm gonna get the win there. There we go. I think it would probably be right here, to be fair. I don't know that, because obviously Juice is going to carry this match, but everybody else kind of stinks in that match. Kaiju D'Amato's probably going to be the second best guy in the match, which is awesome for Kaiju D'Amato and D'Amato Juice, but at the same time, we got a lot more talented people on the roster. Just kind of curious to see who's being used too much. Obviously, Tamura and Hanare are slightly too much for Tom, and then Taurus and Hobbs for the co-main. And the 35, Hanare the 49, 46 for Nagata Tamura. Almost. Just the pop ain't there. 51 though for the Wasteland and Tomato Fin Juice match as Dave Finley Jr. gets hurt. Thank God it wasn't Juice. That would have been debilitating. As Juice again, best guy in the match, figured so. Followed by Tomato and then Connor Kratos actually tied with Kaiju D'Amato and then Victor Kratos with 46. 41 for JR Kratos. And a 25 for Dave Finley Jr. Just the absolute worst. As, a 34. They did not have enough pop. I thought they would have had enough, but that's okay, as Cobb wins with the Tour of the Islands in 13:27. 40 for the junior tag match of Silver and Reynolds against Eagles and Francesco. Some good stuff as far as ratings-wise, but not enough as far as pop-wise. As the Akira Soul. For Akira Francesco at 11:35. The 68 for the co-main of Dark Order against Chaos of Okada, Rocky, and Yoshihashi. As the Chaos team gets the win, as Okada with an 86, no surprise there. Then Brody Lee, second best guy in the match, again, no surprise. Then Rocky with a 51, actually outperformed Black Taurus. 40 for Hobbs and 37 for Yoshihashi. So pretty similar, just obviously Okada and Brody Lee, very different of ratings there, but that's okay. Still pretty good. Okada, he's going to be in a perfect spot to where he's going to carry those matches 10 times out of 10. And then in the main event, Bullet Club beat Los Ingobernables. The opponent is Kenta pins Evil after the Kenta combo into the Pasaiku knee. As that's a great win for Kenta. Naito with 83, 71 for Hiromu, 61 for Kenta, 62 for Ishimori, outperformed Kenta, and a 55 for Evil, and a 48 for Tama Tonga, not bad, and a 76, not bad ratings at all. Then again, we're increasing our pop in 8 regions, so perfect there. Alrighty, now, we are down to one last final Row 2 show, and then we'll obviously have the Wrestle Dynasty show in Madison Square Garden. Fucking crazy. As, hopefully, everything goes well for that show. I'm still very, very nervous. But all in all, I think everything should go pretty well. And that's, you got to be optimistic. You got to be optimistic and hope that your show's going to do well. Again, obviously thinking that it's not going to do better than our previous tour, but at least if it's somewhere to where we're getting more. So I'm just kind of. So Rocky's contract comes up as well. All right. As yep, and we got Strong. Bushi's pissed. Sometimes people just get angry for no goddamn reason. We'll sway that over, and we'll do the New Japan Strong, and then we'll be back for day 5. Well, tough news, everyone. Hiroshi Tanahashi out for 2.5 months. Thanks to me booking him on New Japan Strong, just because I thought it'd be funny to have him and Gavin McGavin in the same match. So that's great. So that has changed the plans for the Never Openweight title match, and obviously we're going to vacate that. Him being out for so long. What sucks is, really, we could let him not vacate it and have him defend the belt when he comes back. But feel like it's a great opportunity to have a vacated belt be crowned at this show, at the Madison Square Garden show. And it's still going to be Zach in the match. It's going to be Zach versus Jeff Cobb. Just felt like that's the easiest replacement thing we could do. As just kind of, what can you do? At the same time, it's very shitty. But, he'll be back. And it sucks, too, because obviously he'll be out of the G1. So that's another thing that's like, that's, another tough break for us. Like, we need any more tough breaks. But, oh, wait. I've completely skipped over the backstage incidents. As, oh, wow, a lot of protege tips being passed here. As passing tips on microphone work to Tamura, is Kojima. Ishii passing on psychology tips to Harada. And then Suzuki came to you backstage and said that he thinks that JY has a bright future and they'd be willing to put him over. Hell yeah. So that's fun. So yeah, that will expire in 2 months. We'll hope to have Suzuki in the G1. So we'll do Jay White and Suzuki. If not, we are going to do Royal Quest. And that's actually going to take place before the G1. That's going to be a short episode because I want to have Wrestle Dynasty be the main focus of this episode. And then the next episode we'll do, obviously, the Royal Quest show. I believe there's not a lot of... so I want to say... Yeah, it's just 2 Road 2 shows and then it's the actual show. And then obviously we'll have the G1 Climax, which, 18 days plus the actual final, so 19 days. It's a lot of booking. But we'll get through it. Yeah, just to, Tanahashi out for 2 months. So I thought it was going to be a little more than 2.5 months, I thought. But I guess, it's been a good bit of days before, or since then, since his actual injury took place. But speaking of, I guess we will show the New Japan Strong taping, which, yep, that was the opener. Tanahashi and Gavin McGavin wasn't even in, a big-time match. The opener of a New Japan Strong taping that really doesn't matter. And then we had Eagles and Dante Martin, which, Rob Eagles, you got a 47, so that's a good sign for him as far as his match coming here for Wrestle Dynasty. Phoenix and Black Taurus, which Phoenix won, and figured that was going to be a great match. Probably should have been the main, because we had this match as the main. It's Ishii and Goto, the Chaotic Pitbulls defeating Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr. As, Goto's not doing it. It's not going to have a great performance on this Wrestle Dynasty show. I can already tell you that much. Ishii, maybe not even that much as well. That's really going to depend on Sanada and Shingo as well. I'm not really sure how they're going to do on in the States, because we'll just kind of look at, we'll just pop Sanada over here just to kind of, in the 16s, Shingo in the 17s, not great. Probably should have booked them instead, had them be on that New Japan Strong taping instead of Tanahashi. We wouldn't be in this predicament, but here we are. So we'll have Sanada, Shingo against GOD, since we've been booking them a good bit and they've been winning a lot. Just to establish them as a team. Oh yeah, that's right, we were going to do... Yeah, I guess we could save that for another time. We're going to do that 6-man, LIJ versus LIJ. As we'll have Hiromu, Naito. As we'll have Shingo with Hiromu. We'll have Evil, of course. And we'll have Sonata and Bushi on this side. LIJ versus LIJ. Gonna go 20 minutes. And, just to protect both teams. It's gonna be a draw. It's gonna be a double count out. Gonna be a double count out. And that'd be, count out interference there to protect both teams. To protect just everybody in LIJ there. See what we can do that, I don't want to book people that are going to get injured in it, cost us a big-time match opportunity. So we'll just go with Roppongi 3K against the junior team of El Fantasma. No, let's not do Phantasmo. I'm trying to think. I guess we could do Velocity since we haven't used them in a hot minute. That was Road to King of Pro Wrestling. That was in August. Obviously the same month here. Just previous episode. As we'll have Show get the win. Not great. Not great there. But we don't really have a lot of junior teams on our at the mercy of us. Just because where we're at, we can't really do anything really about that. So we'll have Tom Lawler, Dan Garcia against a. I guess we'll kind of do a young lion team. We'll do Uemura. I guess Makabe, since he's kind of cooled off. Get him on the right track, as we'll have Makabe beat Garcia. There we go. Just kind of curious of the velocities, if they could. Oh, I guess we could have this be the technical masterclass. I guess that wouldn't be the worst idea. 16, and there we go. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's the worst idea, to be fair. And now we'll do Jeff Cobb and Toa Nare against Zach. I guess, I'm trying to think what other. I guess we could just do Kanemaru, even though it kind of doesn't make sense in this case. Kanemaru is obviously a junior, while Toanare is not. And so we'll give it 14. We'll have Zach beat Kanemaru. Yeah, we'll have Zach. I don't know. I think we'll have Jeff Cobb beat Kanemaru, just to get him a little bit more pop. Because they're pretty close, as I don't know, alright, but Nare's at least almost in the 30s. Cobb is actually in the 30s. Kanemaru is at 42, 43 in some places, so that's good. Yeah, I guess we could have this be steal the probably not. I want Tanahashi to Tanahashi vacates title. Ace. I love it. Will be back. So he's just gonna have overness. I guess it'll be entertainment, and Jeff Cobb and Zach will be rated, but that'll be that's gonna be who will determine the new champ. Put that there. So we need to steal the show, and we need a co-main. Just kind of look and see. Again, just want to not have anybody get injured. That's the last thing we need right now. I'm thinking Taguchi. Actually, let's do the Disciples of Darkness, since they're not booked. And then Tengoji, since they're not booked. Tankman's 26 in Kanto, 21 elsewhere, 27 in Kanto. Boy, I guess they're gonna beat Tenzan here. We'll have Hobbs win. Hobbs will beat Tenzan. Sorry, Hiroshi Tenzan, but welcome to putting over the new talent. Yeah, this was supposed to be the steal the show. I guess we could still have it be steal the show. I don't know what show it's stealing, but it ain't gonna be this show. Oof, yeah, I mean, that's... Yeah, this is gonna be great. This is not looking like it's a great show. all things considered, but... If we can get a better co-main, but again, all of our best guys, we don't want them getting injured. Yeah, because the last thing we need is another, switch around of everything. We could do Shelly and Taguchi against, let's just do, Alex Shelley versus Ryu Lee. Oh, handicap match. Don't want that. Because we need something as a co-main, and there's really nothing that's coming out to me. And this was probably, the best case scenario where if somebody gets injured, it's not going to fuck up the card. There we go, and that would be the co-main there. Alright, there we 2-hour show. Let's see what happens. Alright. And yep, Uemura towards labrum. Not great there. Young Lion taking the fall on an injury as Makabe pinning Garcia with a lariat. Makabe with a 48, 41 for Filthy Tom, 39 for Garcia, 28 for Uemura. But hey, finally we have an opener where it's not a shit show, where pop is a problem. But man, torn labrum for a Young Lion, that is tough. Wow, I mean, again, if velocities were over, they'd be a great addition to our junior tag division. They're just not there. Show pins Paris De Silva. It's the power breaker, 12:55. Tanahashi's promo gets a 70. Then the match, as the tag match of Zack Sabre Jr. and Yoshinobu Kanemaru against Toa Henare and Jeff Cobb. And Tour of the Islands on Kanemaru. Cobb and... So yeah, I mean, Zack was best guy, followed by Henare. And then Cobb and Kanemaru with a 46. A 51 for the Disciples of Darkness Tengoji match. Kojima was the best guy in the match, followed by Calvin Tankman, and then Will Hobbs. And Tenzan was the worst guy, as Will Hobbs pinning Tenzan with the Doomsday Plunge. And a 62 for Shelley and Ryu Lee. It's Alex Shelley with the Border City Stretch. Thought about doing Shelley and Zack for the Never Point title. Probably would have been a better match, to be honest. But we're going to go with Jeff Cobb instead. That might haunt me, though, because that's a very fun match. Shelley and Zack Sabre Jr. Wow, 76 for the LIJ Implosion. That gets a double count now. So we protect everybody involved. And you know, that's some late 80s, early 90s All Japan booking here. We have a multi-man match, then to the double count out. As, yeah, LIJ versus LIJ, and it's a draw. Naito, best guy in the match, followed by Hiromu, and then Shingo, Sanada, Evil, Bushi. Not bad at all. Here we go. Keep on increasing pop. Good stuff. Alright. On to Madison Square Garden we go. We're limping into it, but we're here. That just, you know, some tough injuries the past couple of shows, and, you know, this schedule is nuts. You know, we got guys working, you know, 8, 9, 10, you know, 10 times a month now. Just, crazy. Crazy schedule. And they have definitely felt it. I mean, our roster has been banged up for sure. We've had a lot of injuries. And, yeah. And Kazuki Fujita opens up his school as he's retiring. Pay request for Gavin McGavin. Oh my god. He's on a per-month contract? Hold on here. What the fuck is Gavin McGavin doing making that money? What in the world? Yeah, you're making per show. You son of a bitch, Gavin McGavin. 500. Hey, there we go. Jesus Christ. Then, yeah, there, Kaji D'Amato. That makes it. Well, I guess we'll just have to reject it. Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter because we're going to change that contract anyway. So we'll do 75,000. The contract's getting changed anyways. So yeah, on to Wrestle Dynasty. No, they got us at the recreational center, so I got a bad feeling about this rating on, or at least how many people are going to be at this show. Got a bad feeling. Save the backstage incidents. Kojima passing on psychology tips to Hayato Tamura. Okay. Oh yeah, 1,000 people. Oh boy. Yeah, we could run the Manhattan Center. They even have that. I mean, there's kind of crazy how bad this, these venues are. This ain't it at all. Yeah, this is hilarious how bad. Yeah, everyone going to Madison Square Garden. Whew. Oh boy. Yeah, I guess we're gonna run the Manhattan Center. So, whew, I can't get over that. Yeah, I mean, there's just, like, how do you not have that, like, anything? Like, just, I don't know, just don't like those, where we could run 40,000 people at Wrestle Dynasty. As, yeah, well, I guess we'll just go with the main event, Hiromu and Naito. Naito's gonna win in 32 minutes. There we go, good stuff. And then the co-main event, Juice and Kenta. With Kenta getting the win, retaining his U.S. title, going 24 minutes. Now for the Never Open Weight title, Zack Sabre Jr., Jeff Cobb, and Zack's going to become the Never Open Weight champion, beating Jeff Cobb in 21 minutes there. Bandito, Taiji Shimori, should be a very fun match, as Bandito's going to get the win in 18. Yeah, that should be a pretty good match, and we have a new IWGP Junior Weight champion in Bandito. And the tag title matchups, the Chaotic Pitbulls against Shingo and Sanada, and Shingo and Sanada will lose, as Ishii's going to win for his team, beating Sanada, and that will be another defense for them. As in the Junior Void tag title matchup of Robbie Eagles, Rocky Romero against Lucha Brothers. Lucha Brothers are going to get the win, and it's going to have it be steal the show. Probably going to be the best match on the entire card. Then Okada and Ibushi against Suzuki and Tai Chi. Okada rather is going to beat Tai Chi. Get a Rainmaker there, and Brody, Black Taurus, Filthy Tom, Josh Alexander, Brody Lee's going to get the win no matter who's taking the fall there. We still got 176. I think we'll leave it as an 8-match card for now. We might change it, actually. Let's just have this be regular for now. And we'll see what we got here as far as everybody else on this card. Because I kind of want to do Alex Shelley, Lee Moriarty. I think that'd be pretty fun to see. So we'll have Shelley. Technical Masterclass. Let be 16 just to be safe. And let's see, in the tag, we'll have Connors and Coughlin. Actually, let's do Alex Reynolds, John Silver, and against the junior team of Roppongi 3K. Or no, we'll do Top Flight. It's weird because Darius doesn't have a lot of pop in America, but somehow Dante does. It's kind of weird because Dante hasn't really been, he's just been used on Strong, and it's only been in Top Flight stuff. I guess he did have the match with Robbie Eagles, but even then, his pop was still that. That's when I noticed. I was like, oh, well, we should probably put him in a match. As, we'll give it 15. John Silver get a win. Yeah, let's, we'll have this be the Technical Masterclass, actually. Well, probably not, because Top Flight, that's not really their bag, so, nah, actually, yeah. As, yeah, we'll, I don't know if we should calm the crowd, work the crowd, lift the crowd. I think we're just gonna let it just be a regular thing. If it gets fucked, it gets fucked. There's no worries there for me, at least. As, because we'll get it back. Definitely with this Brody Lee Taurus match. Hopefully, if not, it's a shit show of a card. As, we'll add a couple of pre-show stuff. Now we'll do Connors and Coughlin against Crime Time players. Actually, do GOD. Well, let's do Disciples of Darkness, actually. Yeah, we did. Yeah, that was that's where we had them squash them and it went shit. But this time we'll just have it be a regular match. That hopefully won't be as bad now. That's a pre-show match. Hopefully. And then the next pre-show match. Sabarino Jr. has done really well. He could use a match against somebody. Not exactly sure. Here, I guess Carl Fredericks will work. So we'll have Carl Fredericks get the win there. Oh. I mean, this is definitely... Talk about just aiming for the fucking stars and not even leaving the launch pad. This is what perfectly sums up the Wrestle Dynasty show. Here we're thinking, we'll get maybe half capacity of Madison Square Garden, but we'll still be okay, though. Oh, we were not okay. We were severely overestimating how many people could be at this show. Maybe it'll work though. Who knows? Let's run it, because I mean, what else we're gonna do? As a 49, Sabarino Jr. actually did really well. As a 47, Carl Fredericks 42, 12, 11. It'll be fun to get a book for Fantastic Mania. I know I'm thinking way ahead, but hopefully he'll be in like the 50s by that point. But obviously this is American, this is American rating, so it's going to be a little bit off. Look at Calvin Tankman with a 60 though, as he doesn't have any of his finishers, but he gets the win at 9:41. God damn. As well, Hobbs with a 50 though. 34 for Coughlin, 33 for Connors. Not bad. So yeah, the opener. Yep. Got it with the pre-show stuff, but that's all right. As John Silver, best guy in the match. Dante Martin, second best guy though. And then Alex Reynolds, Darius Martin, very much severely lacking in the pop percentage and really in-ring performance-wise. Silver again with the enziguri, hilarious. So I'm never gonna change that. So yeah, I mean, Shelley and Lee Moriarty have a great match. No surprise, Shelley with the Border City stretch in 15:49. Good stuff. There's a 68 for Brody and Taurus against Filthy Tom and Josh Alexander. Good stuff. Brody with a 68. 58 for Josh Alexander. 54 for Black Taurus and Filthy Tom Lawler. Pretty good. I mean, this could be the best match. As a 68, I'd be fine with it. It's a 67 for Okada and Ibushi against Suzuki and Taichi. Yeah, Okada, he carried it. I mean, what else can you do? He tried his heart out there. He tried. Taichi, though, the 33, not great. 47 for Suzuki, not great either, but at least Okada, he tried. So 73, well, there went that. As far as the best match being that Brody Lee and Black Taurus tag match against Team Filthy. Rocky and Robbie Eagles have a great match with the Lucha Brothers, thanks to the Lucha Brothers being awesome, as Pentagon Jr. pinning Robbie Eagles after the package pile driver foot stomp combo. That's their... I don't know how many defenses they've had because of how many times they've had to drop the belts because of our relationship with AEW, but I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy how good they are and how awesome they are. Very, very happy to have them part of New Japan, that is for sure, especially for these US shows. So 61... and Shingo bruises pectoral muscle. At least he didn't tear it or anything. Yeah. Ishii, best guy in the match, followed by Shingo, and then Sanada and Goto, as this will probably be one of the worst tag title matches they'll have in this reign. It's their 5th defense, though, as Ishii pinning Sanada with a GTR. Alright, pins him after the GTR into the lariat, as 2019 is that match as far as long it goes. Ishii just carrying this one, and Goto getting dragged through this one because of his pop. At least they didn't get knocked for any pop ratings. As a 71 for Bandito and Ishimori's banner, as Bandito, the new junior heavyweight champion, winning with the Revolution Fly in 1748. Bandito, he was off his game, so it could have been even better. Could have been in the 73, 74 category. Ishimori's not even close, obviously, with pop-wise, but Bandito, your new junior heavyweight champion, and a great junior champion, if I do say so myself. I love Bandito, so that's awesome. As Zack and Jeff Cobb, what could have been? I mean, honestly, Tanahashi probably would have done about the same as Jeff Cobb, to be honest. They have around the same amount of pop in America, but Zack Sabre Jr. with a big win, and he's going to be going into Royal Quest as the Never Open champion. I'm sure that'll be a main event of the show. I'm very, very nervous about that show in particular, how that's going to go, because that's just going to be a nightmare. To see how that goes, because I'm assuming our British Isles pop is not great, but could be wrong. It's a 58. Oh no, they don't click. Damn it. This would have been much better had they've clicked, or just not even any type of negative chemistry going for them. That sucks. I thought for sure those two US pop-wise would have been the best choice for the co-main event, but boy, that backfires big time. But Kenta beats Juice and 24 minutes with Go to Sleep, and that's his first defense of the U.S. title. In our main event, it's a 73. God bless. As Naito making his 3rd defense of his IWGP Heavyweight title. Pretty close, 68-60. Naito was off his game, though, so it could have been a little bit better, but we get saved, though, by that main event. Pretty good show. Pretty good show. You know, obviously, if this was in Japan, this is a little different of a card, and would have probably structured it a little bit differently, but still, I think I'm proud of the fact that where we were as far as American Pop to where we're at now, sure, we only have 1,000 people at this show, but we're getting there. The Madison Square Garden dream is still strong, I think. If we keep it up, and we keep on getting pop everywhere in the world, we should be just fine. But yeah, I mean, it's a big dream, But at least we had a good show, and really that was our title matches. Really did really well. Besides the U.S. title matches, I was thinking that was going to be one of, if not the best one. That shows you what I was thinking. Really, the junior heavyweight title match should have been like the co-main. We should have known that with it being the Lucha Brothers. But what can you do? At the same time. But Bandito, new junior heavyweight champion. We have a new never openweight champion with Zack Sabre Jr. A lot of things happening on this tour. A lot of great things. We're gonna give some love to Zack for that match with Cobb. We're gonna give some love to Bandito for his performance, and then probably, it's not really sure who to put over next, to be honest, because like Brody did well. I'll tell you what, actually Calvin Tankman for doing a 60. I don't know what the fuck happened there, but way to go, bud. Interesting group of people to put over. Zack Sabre Jr. seemed pleased, Bandito seemed pleased, and Calvin Tankman seemed pleased. So thank you all for watching, everyone. I can't believe we're still in the month of August, but not for long, though, as, what a crazy 2 tours. It's funny that there's Nagata's brother as we end out this episode. I just sucks about Tanahashi's injury, but we have to change with the plans, and I don't. Tanahashi was going to beat him on that show, so Tanahashi was going to walk into the Royal Quest show as the Never Openweight champion. So I do like that it's a little different as far as Zack is going in as the Never Openweight champion. So that should be fun. Corey Jarvis walks out of Impact, so we'll have him now full time. So that's fun. Now Pentagon Jr.'s gone. Kawato's back. Everybody's kind of coming back from excursion now too, so that's fun. So yeah, we got a couple of big things happening. Let's see how we do as far as wow. we were so much ahead, and I think our mistake was doing that show for 1,000 people. If we would have done another big time show like the Garden and done really well, probably would have done a lot better for us, but finance wise. But it's the way she goes. We gotta wait for the Great Okan to be back. I don't know. This Hikuleu's contract's weird because he's technically on excursion when he shouldn't be, because he never left. He was always a part of the New Japan roster. So that's kind of weird. That's just kind of weird how that works. Narita's still going to be gone for a while. I hope that we can send. Hopefully, I don't know if it's kind of weird because I've never have had to deal with young lions being sent out on excursion. I don't know if we have to manually do it or the game does it for us. Not really sure. I'm a little nervous. Hopefully, maybe one of you guys will let me know, because I have really no idea as far as what can happen. I don't know why I clicked on this screen. I'm assuming it wouldn't be there. Assuming it would be in the talent trade section. I don't know. I really have no idea. As I will catch you guys next time for what will be episode 10, and will be one of the shortest episodes. We only have 3 shows. The Road to Royal Quest shows, and then the Royal Quest show in itself. I do want to look at the pop and just kind of see where I don't know. I'm just all over with every size. Let's see where it's in the 30s. Not great. Has it gained any? Has it? Oh, that was actually even worse than that. So glad we're kind of getting there. We do want to, I do want to have Suzuki beat Jay White. I don't know if we'll wait for the G1 for that, if we'll do that at that show, because obviously, let's look at the promises. So it's 53 days. So yeah, we should be fine, because the G1's going to start up pretty soon. So we'll just make sure that's a pretty early on the tour show, matchup. Just an idea for that, but I can't believe we only made that much money. We were at the beginning of this episode, we were literally up 700,000, and we kind of blew it all from running too many shows and running a show for only 1,000 people. Production was the most we've ever had. We spent a lot as far as miscellaneous goes, and we had a lot of taxes too. So yeah, I mean we're at least merch did well, broadcasting revenue does well, and we're gonna probably make money throughout, especially with this G1 coming up. I don't know how that's gonna work because we're gonna have it set to where it's not on tour shows. It's gonna be like an active show, which might be a mistake. I don't know though. I might change my mind on that and just have like the first 2 or 3 shows be active, the last 3 or 4 shows be active, and the rest be tour shows. That might be what I do. Well, who knows? We'll see. As yeah, we'll catch you guys there for the Royal Quest show, and then after that, it'll be the longest episode. I'm sure that episode will be like 4 or 5 hours long. Jesus Christ, I'm not looking forward to that. As the G1 in its entirety, like it should be, with split blocks for each show. What a nightmare! But I hope you all are enjoying the series and have enjoyed what I've done with New Japan so far. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.